It's time to hit the jackpot because you're listening to How to Bet, hosted by Daryl Fein and Sean Miller, breaking down betting into 4 categories to help you stay ahead of the game, sharing their thoughts, opinions, and analysis on how to bet it, where to bet it, and who to bet on. Now here are your hosts, Daryl Fein and Sean Miller.
Welcome to our How to Bet podcast. I'm Daryl Fein along with Sean the Genius Miller. Week 2 for us, but very exciting because it's really week 1 in the NFL. Thanks to everybody that joined us last week. We hope to see you again this week. And as this thing grows and grows and grows, it's very exciting for us. We do appreciate you for watching. We know there's a trillion different podcasts to watch, so we do appreciate you watching ours. And we're going to keep you entertained throughout the season. And hey, Sean, just a great first week for us, as I said. And this week, it begins. The excitement begins. It grows because of the NFL first week.
Yeah, it's always a big week. There's some good games this week as well. Some of the primetime games, obviously.
First weeks are tough.
Yeah,
first weeks are tough.
You got Tampa Bay opening the season against Dallas in a game. Obviously raising the banner in the place where they won the title.
Never happened
on the
before.
road to get to the final and to get to the Super Bowl, and then they win at home, which is amazing. And the Glazers obviously happy for them. And
he's happy for them because they own a soccer team.
Yes, that's right. They own the Manchester United. That's
pretty
correct.
good team, I think.
And
I've heard.
Cristiano Ronaldo. But yeah, it's always I think it's a celebration for sports fans because the NFL, obviously, there's baseball fans and there's, college football and college basketball, but the NFL is just such a big monster thing.
And Tom Brady's a
big cowboy. The Cowboys are big, America's team and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think that this it's a big game, and people that maybe don't watch other sports will watch the NFL, and they'll watch these primetime games at night, and it's a big deal.
Fans in the stands, we didn't have that for the most part last year. We certainly didn't have full capacity. I think getting back to normal. I don't even know if they're getting back to normal. I think they're getting back to normal.
I don't know if you watch some of those.
I thought they were, and then they're not.
You watch some of those games. I mean, I
watch the news. I don't watch.
On my Twitter, at the Prodigal Sean, by the way.
At the Prodigal Sean.
Yes, SEAN. You saw some of these videos from like the Wisconsin game when they played jump around.
Oh, the Virginia Tech game, which we both had wrong, by the way.
Yeah, Virginia Tech.
We had North Carolina.
Metallica.
Wow.
They played jump around at Wisconsin, and the entire student section for the first time in basically 670 days, which is absolutely going insane.
Yes, it was
and berserk, and it was just. That's college football, and college football is back, and it's not the same without fans.
It's not.
College football, NFL is
no sport is the same.
I think the NFL is it's pros and whatever. College is about the passion and the fans and the people, the tailgating and all that stuff, and with the fans in the stadium going nuts. That makes it what it is.
Sean, we let's harken back to what does harken mean? What does it even mean?
To go back, to recall. To the old times, or maybe last week.
Okay, so we're going to harken. We're harkening back. That's why he's a genius. Ivy League grad. I have a word. I need a definition. I just throw it to the genius. He's got it. He's got me. So let's harken back to last week when let's be transparent. We did not do well. Now, remember this, people. There's a lot of prognosticators out there that nobody hits 100%. They don't. Nobody hits 90% for a full season. They just don't. 80%. It doesn't happen. But if you know where to get your information from, you have great return on investment. You can make money doing this. Look, there's people play the stock market. People gamble. Some people do it for entertainment purposes. Some people do it to try to make money consistently. And it can happen. But it's not all that easy. So remember, you bet with your head, not with your heart. Don't go over your means. Don't get in trouble with this. Again, it can be fun, and you can make some money. But remember, Just stay within your means. Don't go over it. Don't get hurt by this. And if you do have a gambling problem, there's a lot of phone numbers out there. Just look it up. Gambling problem. I know there's 1-800-GAMBLERS in the New Jersey, New York area. Just go to find these numbers, and if you have a gambling problem, get help for it. And we stress that here on How to Bet.
Yeah, and there's also the national helpline, and there's actually some websites that link on How to Bet. So if you're looking for that,
yes.
I think the other thing too with those games and talking about about 3 and 5, both of the games that I felt the strongest about last week, Alabama, the team, and Rutgers, both blowouts,
okay.
Both covers. And I think today what we're gonna do with the NFL, obviously we're gonna talk about every game. But we're going to give you 2 or 3 games where I think we say, listen, if you're putting together a parlay, if you're putting together a 2 or 3 team parlay, if you're putting together your best bet, this is the one you want to go with, or these 3 games. And I think, you can find value in any game on the board.
Yes.
You can find, maybe an over and under, or maybe in the prop bets or whatever. There's always value. But, you're obviously not going to try to bet all 16 games. I mean, you can, but you're going to end up losing money over the course of every week. It's impossible. I mean, on those slips, you can go 12-3 one week or whatever, but then the next week you come back to normal. And I think if you can find 2 or 3 games a week where you say, this is my game, I am confident, I am 90% confident this team is going to win. That's how you kind of make some money. And I think you maybe put them together in a parlay, whatever it is.
Yeah, and throughout the season, we're going to show you how to bet, where to bet it, and who to bet on. And that's what we're going to do. You go to HowToBet.com. You're going to see lines from various casinos, from different point spreads throughout, that's where we want you to go. That's where you should go, because you're going to see almost every possible play that you can make on HowToBet.com. We're going to have guests throughout the season. We're going to give you swag. We're going to give winners swag. We have swag.
We're going to have prizes, right? We're giving out prizes.
Matter of fact, I'm going to take a sip from my trusty canteen. What do you call this? A water bottle or a canteen?
I would call that a water bottle.
Yeah, it keeps it cold.
That's right.
It's just the lid. The lid takes a little time. There you go. My HowToBet.
I think when you're talking about these, it tastes good out of there, right?
Yes, kept it cold.
Right.
It kept it cold.
Yeah.
But yes, we're going to give swag. So yes, we're going to break down the NFL in full, but we are going to give you our best bets of the week.
I think the other thing too that we can give you is the bonus codes, obviously, from How to Bet, and
they are sensational.
You see, when you see the lines later for the NFL games, there's basically 6 sites they're using right now: Unibet, BetMGM, Bet365, Caesars, 888 Sport, and Tipico. So right away, I mean, Caesars jumps off the page because we talked about this a little bit last week. But if you're opening a new Caesars account with the promo code HowToBetRF, they will give you a $5,000 risk-free bet with your first bet. $5,000.
Only here on How to Bet, on the How to Bet podcast. You go to HowToBet.com, hit that link, and you're going to get, again, $5,000 risk-free.
So if you
risk-free,
say
risk-free.
Yeah, you know what? You look, hey, I'm gonna.
It's legit, folks. It's legit.
I'm gonna go with, hey, I'm gonna take San Francisco and the Rams and parlay them together plus whatever, plus 200. Well, if you win that, you get
risk
10,000.
Yeah, man.
And if you don't, you get the money back as a free bet.
You cannot beat that. So again, we're going to give you these offers throughout. We'll do it today. We'll do it every week. These discount or promotion codes, not discount, but promotion codes throughout. And again, let's hit the people with that again. That is
Caesar Sportsbook, $5,000 risk-free bet. Promo code HowToBetRF.
So you go to howtobet.com, get there, get to that link. You'll see Caesars. You'll see many different links, and one of them is Caesars, and get there for that
BetMGM,
risk-free,
PointsBet, Unibet. There's a lot of different ones. And the thing is, as someone who's bounced around and has different sports books, accounts for soccer and every other
mostly
sport.
soccer.
Yeah, mostly soccer. I'll be honest. But there's different things. There's different promotions. Some weeks, Unibet might have a free $25 bet. If you bet, if you put a $10 live bet down during the game, you get a free $25 bet. BetMGM, if you bet the NFL game of the week, you get a free 25. There's all different codes. After you sign up, you get all these different promotions. So there's different stuff with different sites. So even after you sign up, you still keep getting bonuses.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So again, only at HowToBet.com.
That's
so
right.
We pound our chest for things like that because
right here.
Yeah, right there. HowToBet. You see that? So yes, and again we'll have swag. We have guests throughout, and it's exciting for us. And we appreciate you coming on and watching us do this.
I mean, I'm excited for some of the guests because obviously New Jersey in particular, in this area between New York City and Philadelphia, has a long history of sports betting.
Yeah.
I'd say even before it was legalized in June of 2018.
It used to be a little rougher.
Yeah, so there's a big history around here, and there's a lot of people that have grown up here that have a lot of experience in this world and with a lot of knowledge, and that maybe they can pass that knowledge on to you and the viewers.
Yeah. So again, transparency. We did well with our best games last week, as Sean said. I loved Ole Miss last Monday night. So I really like Georgia, and I won that. But overall, with the 8 games we chose, we were 3-5. So there's transparency. But we did, again, you're not going to hit all 8 games. That's for sure. And we chose different games. That's the irony of this.
I was a little disappointed in some of those games, like Oklahoma. Man, that's 40-35 against Tulane, who just had to evacuate Louisiana to play the game. I mean, once again, we talked about that. And Oklahoma, I think, is a little bit. There's one of these teams that
they've been overrated for a long time.
All the time. They never win a big game.
Yeah. So it's it's not easy to do, but again, focus on our best bets. We're going to run them all down. We're going to have college football for you here today as well, and of course the NFL season in its entirety, week 1. We are excited about that, and it all kicks off Thursday night with the Super Bowl champs Tampa Bay Buccaneers hosting the Dallas Cowboys. We're going to talk about that and more when we come back. How to Bet.
Let's go.
Welcome back to How to Bet, hosted by Daryl Fein and Sean Miller, giving their thoughts, opinions, and analysis on how to bet, where to bet, and who to bet on.
Welcome back to How to Bet. Daryl Fein, Sean the Genius Miller here, and again, we thank you for joining us. I know there's a lot of podcasts to choose from. We're happy you joined us, and because of that, we have swag. We're going to take a random texter. Is that what it is? A texter?
Tweeter?
Tweeter?
Is it, where are they sending it to? Our tweet? To our Twitter?
Yeah. A random twit.
Yeah.
Right. We're going to take a random tweeter. You just tweet out, "I need swag" to our Twitter tag
at the Prodigal Sean,
at the Prodigal Sean, at Fineline 33 FEINLINE Fineline 33, and you will win swag. Sean, talk for a minute so I can get the swag out. I got to get the swag out.
There's all kinds of stuff. Obviously, you got the shirt on here. HowToBet.com shirt. You got the hats. You got the shirts. You got all kinds of stuff.
Our talented director. Do I have that on camera? Okay. There you go. Tiffany Hartman says, "Yeah, we're good with that. We got a hat. We got the How to Bet hat."
Yeah,
How to Bet hat.
Tell us what you want. The winner's gonna
headset or my big
tell us what they want, and we'll get it sent out to you.
We'll get it to you. So again, I need swag. We'll take a random tweeter, and I need swag. Just send it out there. We'll take a random tweet, and we'll send you swag. So there you go. How to Bet
coming
swag.
soon, by the way. How to Bet Spaces.
How to Bet Spaces.
Yeah, I don't know. You don't know about Spaces.
No, I don't know.
Yeah. It's a little thing at the top, man. You just talk about games all the time. You talk about the podcast. You get the other extra questions out there. If you get any questions about it, so I got How to Bet Spaces.
Always last to know.
That's
That's okay. It's okay. It's the less
high-end stuff, high-end
technology I talk about, the better.
You got to have a certain amount of followers, I guess, so like I qualify.
Yeah, I don't think I'm there, but I'll get there because my followership has gone up since we started last week.
Nice.
So I think it'll continue to grow. Not all great comments, but that's fine. That's cool. I like that too. I like that too. It's fine. Hey, let's talk some college football. We are going to give you our 4 best games, not necessarily what we love the most, but the 4 best games of the week that we think will be the 4 best games of the week. We will start off in Columbus, Ohio, where the Oregon Ducks, a 14.5-point dog against the Buckeyes of Ohio State. It's a lot of points.
Yeah, that's a lot of points, especially when you watch Ohio State.
They could be suckering us in here.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you see this line dragging a little bit, plus 14.5. If you can get it at plus, it might go to plus 15, might go to plus 14. But I don't love Oregon coming east. 12 o'clock game. It's an early game for a West Coast
early
team.
Game for Ducks.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Those Pac-12 teams don't usually play at 9 a.m. their time. So this is, I think, a tough spot for them.
Yeah, I could be getting suckered in here because I'm going to take the Ducks plus the 14.5 against Ohio State. Ohio State, good team, not as good as they were last year. Again, all these teams that have lost that marquee quarterback to the NFL, they're going to struggle a little bit at first. We saw that. Well, Alabama didn't miss a beat, but it is Alabama.
Yeah, and plus Bryce Jordan. Yeah. I just plus 14.5 is a lot of points.
There's a lot of points for it.
That's a lot of points.
It's a good Oregon
I'm going to back Oregon here. Yeah. At that, if it goes, it goes down to 10 maybe, but I don't think it's going to go that much.
Next game up will be Iowa and Iowa State. At Iowa State, Iowa State comes in ranked. They're pumping their chest. They're the best team in the state. Iowa is a 3.5-point dog in this one. I don't trust the Cyclones. They're not that kind of team.
They're not very good.
Never been that kind of team. Iowa, they could have been looking ahead though. They could have been looking ahead to this game. So I'll give them that. Iowa, strong running game, strong defense. That was one of my best bets last week. Easy winner there. I'm going back to the Hawkeyes on the road. I'm going to take plus 3.5 over Iowa State.
Got my coin out again. I'm gonna.
What does that coin show the people there? Get a good close up.
1883 right there. The silver. I'm gonna.
Is it worth any? What's it worth?
I mean, silver's worth $25 an ounce, so it's probably $25.
There you go.
I'm gonna say, heads. Take Iowa.
Oh, there you go. Iowa. So we're both on Iowa. His a flip of a coin. Mine just complete great knowledge.
I once again, the Big 12, fraudulent.
Well, yeah, exactly. And I just don't trust Iowa State to be in this spot at all. Texas winners for us last week against Louisiana Lafayette. So, I thought, again, Louisiana, they're not ready for this. So are you ready for this? Texas, a 6-point favorite at Arkansas. The Hogs could put up a fight, but, I'm going to take Texas in this one.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think that, get this line early because this could move here from 6 to maybe 7.5. I think people are going to start getting on Texas here, and I'm going to take the Longhorns here at 6 before the line moves.
I am also taking the Longhorns, and then we will go to the Big House, right? We're going to the Big House?
Yeah.
Michigan -6 over Washington. This is one of those games, although I don't trust Michigan. I don't like the Pac-12. I don't like them here. I'm going to go with Michigan to cover the 6 against the Huskies.
Washington came in ranked, right, last week?
Yeah.
And what did they do last week? They lost to Montana at home, 13-7 to Montana. Yeah. Come on, man.
Take a Michigan.
Come on, man. Yeah. I'm so down.
Again, it could be a look at the look ahead.
You gotta take Michigan. Yeah, Michigan. You can't look. I mean, you can look ahead, but looking ahead and losing to Montana at home. I mean, as a ranked team, come on, man. Yeah. It's just the only thing that's the UCLA is saved the Pac-12 a little bit, but
USC, UCLA.
Yeah, but once again, a lot of those weird scores last week.
Yeah.
So
yeah. All right, so they are our college picks this week. It's Oregon. We agree on all four. Oregon plus 14.5.
Great
Iowa
minds.
plus 3.5. Texas -6 and Michigan -6. So that is our four college plays of the week. And now it is time. That's right. Well, why don't we throw out another promo code?
Yeah, before we get to this, the BetMGM Sportsbook first deposit bonus up to $1,000. Bonus code HowToBetMGM.
Only at howtobet.com. Go there and you will find that promotion code. And again, these are legit. You get them only at howtobet.com. So get there. And now it is time, Sean, for our Parlay Power Plays of the Week. That's right.
Let's go.
That's right. Parlay Power Plays of the Week. We are going to give you each and every week 3 games that we feel are our best bets, and you can put them into parlays. So it's time. It is time for that. The first game, well, that happens Thursday night for you. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers -7.5 against Dallas, the Super Bowl defending champs.
Yeah, and I think, obviously when I start talking about my parlays here, even at 7.5, I'm going to try to find the odds and bet it down to 7 or 6.5. Which you can do. Obviously, talked about some of these sites. You can use a little slider to move the line back and forth. You're going to actually have to pay a little bit of juice, maybe 135, maybe 155, but that extra point could end up proving to be valuable. I just think in this spot, the Tampa Bay won the Super Bowl. They're dominant in the Super Bowl defense. They're coming in this year with the #1 defense in the NFL.
Yes.
I think the Cowboys.
Everybody's back.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys are a little, their defense stinks.
Offense, they have a lot of weapons. Defensively, they are troubled.
I trust Tampa Bay's defense to shut down Dallas much more than I trust Dallas's defense to do anything against Tampa Bay. I mean, Tampa Bay could score, 40 points if they want, but Dallas isn't going to score 20.
So Sean's power play, one of his power plays this week will be Tampa -7 over Dallas. And now the next one for you is the San Francisco 49ers -7.5 at Detroit.
Yeah, and once again, same thing. Bet it down if you can to 7, if you can get it 6.5. But I think Detroit, obviously, constant mess, new coaches, Jared Goff.
Yeah, it's messy.
I think
that could get messy.
We talked about San Francisco last week. The 49ers are going to be very good. Once again, the thing that's going to be my key in these 3 games is the defense. All the games I'm taking have teams in the top 3 to 5 in the NFL in defense. I think early in the season, week 1, it's easier for the defense to get up for the game if you have those players than it is maybe for the offense to come out. So I think San Francisco goes to Detroit and just absolutely annihilates the Lions. if you get 7, but I'll be honest, I don't think you're going to need those points. But I'll just be safe and say if you can get it -6.5, -150, whatever it is, you take it. But they're going to annihilate the Lions.
And next for you, your final parlay power play of the week. The Los Angeles Rams -7.5 against Chicago.
Yeah, I think a lot of once again Rams top 2 defense. It's basically Tampa, the Rams, Washington, who's got a game this week. The top 5 defenses, and then obviously San Francisco. So I think in this game, Stafford. I've talked about the Rams a lot last week. I really like the Rams, and I think this is a bad spot for the Bears. Sunday night, prime time in LA. If you can get it -6.5, -7, whatever. I really like the Rams, and kind of calculating this. There's 2 ways you could do this. With mine, if you take the money line games for all 3. I took the money line with Caesars. They're all -350. So money line on the Bucks, 49ers, and Rams is +112. So that's not a bad parlay.
No.
If you take them all at -7, you get them at +583, with Unibet and Bet365. So there's a couple ways you could do it. You can do the money line parlay to be a little bit safer, maybe throw a little bit more on it, or you could take a chance. Maybe one of the game pushes and drops it down to whatever. But, plus 583, that's a big payout.
That is a big payout. So a good way to go. Now my parlay power plays of the week. I'm going to start out with the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans, strong offense. They had Julio Jones, good defense. They are -3 against Arizona. Arizona, one of those fraudulent teams. They got talent offensively. They're okay defensively. I'm going to take Tennessee -3 over Arizona. I'm going to head out then to Carolina. Carolina is one of those teams to me that are going to have a better season. A lot of people think. I think they have one of the best coaches in the league. He is top tier, in my opinion, Matt Rule. So I'm going to take Carolina, McCaffrey back, Darnold playing against his former New York Jet team. I'm going to take Carolina -5 at home against the New York Jets.
Some of that also anti-Jets as well. Like, Jets aren't very good.
But, well, yeah, it's anti. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to take Carolina often. Carolina is not going to be a -5 often either.
Yeah, the Jets are just
but they are -5. Jets are just not good. I know they've upgraded. Well, they think they've upgraded.
Got a lot of injuries already, though.
I heard the same thing about Sam Darnold when he was picked for the Jets that I'm hearing about Wilson. So we'll see. I do think they are improved. I do like their wide receiver combination with Moore and Davis. But we'll see. Defensively, Robbie Anderson's going to have a field day. They're not going to. The secondary is not good. I'm going to take Carolina -5, and then I'm going to finish it off with a game that has been moved from New Orleans to Jacksonville, and I'm going to go the Green Bay Packers -4. We haven't even seen Rodgers. We know he's good. He's really good. So we're going to take Green Bay -4 over New Orleans. I just think Green Bay, it's a New Year. Winston, do I trust him? Not really. No Thomas.
Chaos around the game. Their families don't know what's going on at home and stuff. You got your mind in other places.
Yeah, it's a different New Orleans team, and I think the Packers are for real once again. So I will take the Green Bay Packers -4. They are our parlay power plays of the week. The rest of the NFL when we get back. How to bet.
Let's go.
And we're back with How to Bet, hosted by Daryl Fein and Sean Miller.
Welcome back to How to Bet, where we are going to tell you how to bet, where to bet, and who to bet on. So this is what we're going to do each and every week, and we've already given you our parlay power play picks of the week. We're going to run down the NFL here, and we'll start with Thursday night. We already know that Sean the Genius Miller loves Tampa. That is one of his parlay power play picks of the week. He loves Tampa at -7.5 over Dallas. I also am agreeing with you. I will take Tampa -7.5. It's starting to scare me a little bit, Sean, because all the money goes. Either the bookmakers are going to take a beating this week, or people are getting suckered in.
That happens sometimes in these early games. I mean, you see right now, on How to Bet on the Tipico site, it's -8.5 already, and it started at -6, -6.5, I believe, and it's just.
Yeah, all the money.
You see these odds just drifting.
All the money going toward Tampa.
It started at -6. I mean, I have the opening spread for every week. I'll have the preview stories, and then the Thursday night, the Sunday night, and the Monday night games will have specific stories. But
where can we find those?
Right on How to Bet on the front page.
There it is.
You go to howtobet.com, right on the front page, and then it'll say NFL Week 2 lines. And each, I'll have the opening spreads with the current spread, and the opening spread right now is -6, and now you see it's -8.5. Like you said, man, people are hammering the Bucks.
Next game on the slate, the Philadelphia Eagles at Atlanta. Atlanta, a 3.5-point favorite in this game. I think we're taking a look at two pretty mediocre teams. Sean, who do you like in this one?
Man, this is a tough game right now, but I would have to take Atlanta at home. I think they're just a little bit of a better team. I'm not sure what the Eagles are at this point. I think the Eagles could win 3 games. I think the Eagles could win 8 games.
Yeah, but I think the offensive line got a little healthier this year.
Yeah.
is the quarterback an upgrade? I don't know, but we're going to find out. I don't trust Atlanta at all. I think they're pretty much the same team quality-wise at this point. So I'm going to take the points. I'm going to take the 3.5 and Philadelphia.
I think Kyle Pitts is going to be massive for them.
We'll
I think he's going to be
and
a
the
massive
Eagles never do a good job
changer
against the tight ends.
Yeah,
so
he could be a monster player for them.
You're right.
And I think that's a big difference in this game.
The next game on the slate, again, go to HowToBet.com. You'll see all these games. You'll see all different point spreads.
Bonus codes.
Bonus codes. Let's throw out another bonus code.
Unibet. Sports code. Sign up for a new account and get a risk-free bets worth up to $250. Bonus code UniGambler.
UniGambler.
I like Unibet actually. It's got a lot of good lines on there. It's one of the ones I use.
Again, another great promotion at HowToBet at HowToBet.com. The next game up, the Buffalo Bills. A lot of people, second choice to win the AFC behind Kansas City. The Buffalo Bills minus 6.5 at home against Pittsburgh. I'll go first on this. I'm not a big Steelers guy this year. I'm going to tell you, they had a great start last year. I don't see it happening. I certainly don't see it happening at Buffalo. I'm going to tell that the only thing that bothers me is the line is smaller than I thought it should be or would be, but I'm still going to take Buffalo minus the 6.5.
I think this line's going to move closer to 7. Now, if you can get it at minus 6.5, I love the Bills here.
Yeah.
If you can get it at 6.5, once again, and we talked about it in the parlay section.
Our parlay power play of the week.
Parlay power play of the week. That's a tongue twister.
Alliteration.
To get that. Yeah, alliteration.
Parlay power play of the week. Say it with me now.
Parlay power play of the week. Alliteration. I am a very big. If you can find these lines at minus 6.5, or even if you have to pay a little bit more juice, minus 120 or whatever, I think those extra half points are big in some of these games. A lot of these games end in 7, and it's not as much. I guess with the longer extra points now, it's maybe not as big of a deal, but I still think it's a big deal.
Yeah. And remember, there's live betting, so you can get in there. There's a lot of live betting now. It's a big.
You can middle these games.
Yeah, a lot of you go on, bet live as the games are going on. There might be a team that gets off to a big start. You think the team they're playing will come back. You can get on live betting and
sometimes you get a team out to 24/7 lead, and all of a sudden you get that other team at minus or plus 14 or something, and they get back in the game and you win.
Yeah,
so
could happen.
You could middle the game. Yeah, you could win both your bets.
The Purple People Eaters, that's what they used to be called, not so much anymore. The Minnesota Vikings, a 3-point favorite against Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yes, it's a weird game.
Yeah. Just 3. Field goal.
I don't think the Bengals are very good.
They're not.
I don't really.
Poor offensive line.
Yeah.
I do like the quarterback. He's got some weapons, but defense suspect.
Why is the game only minus 3? I'm going to take the Vikings minus 3 and maybe, not ask questions about looking gift horses in the mouth and all that stuff.
I'm not going to look too much into it.
It's a weird line, though.
I'm going with Minnesota minus the 3 as well. I'm just not going to look too much into it.
That's right.
Hey, Minnesota, they do have talent on both sides of the ball. There's a team that I think will be better than a lot of people think they will be. I took them on the over on the win. So
I think they could go either way. I think maybe they could win 10 games, and I think maybe they could win 7
somehow
games.
I still believe in Kirk Cousins. I don't know why, but I do. Next game, San Francisco minus 7.5 over Detroit. We know this is one of Sean's Parlay power plays of the week. So we know that. So he does like. I also like the 49ers here in this one. Detroit,
Are you worried about that the 7.5 at all?
And again, why is it only 7.5? Detroit's awful. Other than Houston, probably the worst team in the NFL.
If this game was played in week 7, what would this line be? 10?
By week 7, could be
12.
11 and a half, 12.
Yeah, that's I think
By
they
week
don't want to
7,
get burned maybe early,
Yeah.
but it's tough. You can make money in the first week, just like you can make it in the 7th week.
Yeah.
Take the lines when you can.
Arizona is playing Tennessee. Arizona is a 3-point dog. You already know that Tennessee is my Parlay Power Play of the week, one of my picks for the Parlay Power Play of the week. So I like Tennessee. Genius, I know that you are a fan of the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm going to go the other way here, I think.
I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked.
I think Tennessee, obviously is a very good team here, and I think Arizona could come in there and pull off the upset. Here's what I will say though.
Yes.
I don't. The +3 here. If you're going to take them, I would actually take them on the money line. I actually think that they can win the game outright, so I would just take them on the money line.
Interesting.
So I just. Well, I don't know. When I see a game like that, 3 points, and we'll look, what the money line is here on that game is plus 140, plus 150. I'd rather just get the extra value instead of the points and just take a shot. But if you don't,
I actually would too. If I was taking Arizona, that's exactly the way I would play it.
Yeah, there's different
They're
ways.
going to win the game, or they're not.
I think I don't think it's a 2-point game. Right. Like I just think that they're either going to get beat or they're going to win.
I agree. Indianapolis Colts. This is an interesting one. We'll host Seattle and Indianapolis, a 2.5-point dog at home. The Carson Wentz-led Indianapolis Colts. Seattle, underachieved last year. A lot of people think they'll be back. Who do you like in this one, Joe? This is an interesting game.
Yeah, I like the Colts a little bit here. It's interesting. I just looked on ESPN the other day, and they did a season prediction where they did like a simulation, and the Colts, I believe, started 6 or 7-0.
Wow.
And I actually like the Colts a little bit now that Wentz is back in this game. And I think this is maybe a little bit more of an anti-Seattle pick as well. I think it's a tough game for them week 1 coming across the country.
This is people talking about Wentz, but this is a Jonathan Taylor game. I mean, they're just going to feed him the ball.
My man.
Seattle was suspect defensively. I am also, believe it or not, I'm going to agree with you here. I'm going to take the small 2.5 and take the home dog here with the Colts.
I think once again, maybe the money line here.
Yeah. I don't know that the point spread will come into play. I could agree with you there. That could happen. Yeah. So the Colts are a pick there at +2.5. Washington football team and the Los Angeles Chargers in D.C. And Washington is a point dog, so it's pretty much a pick-em game.
The line moved a lot. It opened at Washington -1.5.
Yeah, so here, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is here, Sean, because I've been telling people I think the football team will win the NFC East. I think the Chargers are good. I think that their best upgrade is probably on the sideline with a new head coach. I'm going to take the football team here. I think they're the better team overall. Chargers have to come across America. I'm taking Washington.
Yeah, and I'm going to take.
I kind of like it. This is almost one of my.
Yeah, I like this game. Once again, this goes back to the defense, the Washington defense, and Chase Young is so good. I mean, he is at +1,100, +1,000 for that Defensive Player of the Year award. I think he's definitely a good value there. And the defenses in week 1 are ahead of the offenses in week 1. And if you can get these teams, the defensive teams, I really like them. And I like WFT.
WFT.
Washington football team. I actually kind of like
Somebody's going to screw up that.
I like the moniker there.
Along the way I know it.
WTF. I like that. Do you think they're going to do you think they should just say Washington football team? I think it's kind of cool, actually, at this point.
You know what? You need logo. To sell merch, you need a good logo.
They got the big W.
You need
W. A W for win. First week.
For now, they are the Washington football team. Right. We are going to break down the rest of the NFL when we come back. You are watching How to Bet on HowToBet.com.
That's right.
Let's take it back to How to Bet, hosted by gambling masterminds Daryl Fein and Sean Miller.
Welcome back to How to Bet, the How to Bet podcast. Go to howtobet.com. We're going to show you how to bet, where to bet it, and who to bet on. That's what we're going to do for you each and every week.
What's that on your head?
That's my How to Bet hat. We're giving away swag. We're giving away swag to a random tweeter that just tweets out, I need swag. So we're going to give out hats. We have shirts. We have canteen, I don't know what their body, water bottles. We got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of swag going on.
That's right.
So
people were talking about the swag, the shirts and stuff last week. They like the stuff. They like the logo and everything. Right. So
good. I'm going to take it off right now because it's not great for headsets, but it is good for just your head. It's good. It's good. All right, so we run down the NFL, most of the NFL, and we have some more to go. We will start out with a game that is part of my Parlay Power Picks of the week. So you already know I like Carolina. I love Carolina minus the 5 at home against the New York Jets. The former quarterback for the Jets, Sam Darnold, now taking the helm for Carolina, and Zach Wilson. Enter Zach Wilson. The Zach Wilson era begins.
The Zach attack.
The Zach Wilson era begins.
Yeah, I'm not the Jets stink.
That's the problem.
I don't love Carolina either, but obviously in this game, you got to go the Panthers here, and the line's moving towards a touchdown. It started at -4, -4.5, and it's up to -5, 5.5.
Yeah, I like, and I'm a
by
big
the time Sunday comes,
guy.
Yeah, I think he's he's a very good coach.
Temple University.
Yeah, and
Baylor.
I think by the time that game gets closer to kickoff. Here's the thing too, you're going to be watching this show whenever you watch it. Obviously, it'll be out, during the week.
You watch it anytime,
but you can watch it anytime. If you see it on Saturday, whatever. But if you can jump on some of these lines Thursday or Friday before people start looking to bet them like heavily, I think a lot of people. There's different ways to do it. I think a lot of people wait until Sunday and they bet their ones. They bet see how they do. They bet their full whatever.
Yeah.
But those smart bettors I think will find the edge early in the week as soon as the lines come out.
Agreed.
And then that's where they make their money because those points sometimes are end up being pretty big.
It's like booking that plane ticket, that trip. Don't wait because
33 days.
Sometimes
they say.
It goes under, but sometimes it lowers. But
do you know?
times
Do you know when the best day?
Oh my God, it's $700 to get to.
You know when the best time to book plane tickets is?
Minnesota.
Tuesdays at 3 p.m. About 33 days out.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they said that.
But it's
just a thing.
It is. Tuesday's the best day to fly.
I don't know if I buy it, but it's a thing.
Yeah, no. Every time I go to fly over there, that's what, I always got to look.
Yeah,
see my Glazers.
Soccer flyers.
Manchester United.
Give me a soccer game. Go ahead. Give me a soccer. I know you're dying to do this.
Man.
Give me a soccer winner for Saturday's action. How about that?
I mean, obviously Manchester United with Ronaldo returning, but I actually like Chelsea a little bit this weekend. Okay. If you're looking for a parlay, go Manchester United, Chelsea, and PSG with Lionel Messi. You gotta bet the best teams.
All right.
You can't be betting.
There you have it.
Don't be betting on Arsenal.
No underdogs.
No.
Okay.
If you ever see me bet an underdog in a soccer game,
that means he's got information.
You definitely hammer that game. I never bet underdogs ever.
Let's go back to football that people really care
about. The football.
Yeah. This is rare. The Jacksonville Jaguars will be a 2.5-point favorite. It's a rare favorite, and the only reason they're the favorite this week is not because they have Trevor Lawrence. It's not because they have Urban Meyer. It's because they're playing the Houston Texans.
The Houston Dumpster Fires.
Oh, my God.
What a mess that team is,
really.
man.
They might not. Hey, if they don't win this game, people might be talking about a winless season.
I think the Jaguars. Once again, when he talked about that ESPN prediction, they had the Jaguars making the playoffs at 9-8. How crazy is that? I don't see it either.
And you know what? It's not because I do think Trevor Lawrence is going to be good, and he does have some pretty good weapons around him. I don't trust.
They're
the
a year
defense
away.
yet.
Yeah, they're a year away. I think they once again 6 games, something like that. Yeah. But this game, I can't take Houston in this game. There's no way.
I don't think you can take Houston in any game.
Yeah, I don't unless they're like 24-point underdogs against somebody. But yeah, they're terrible. I gotta go Jacksonville.
I'm not loving it. The Kansas City Chiefs. Now this is an interesting one. The Kansas City Chiefs, a 6-point favorite against Cleveland. Arrowhead will be rocking 6 points.
The line hasn't moved too much. It started around 6.5 for the Chiefs. Yeah, and obviously
this was a tough one. I'm taking Kansas City.
Yeah,
but this was a little tougher for me because Cleveland, Cleveland finished the season pretty well last year. They really did.
I'll tell you what, and they gave the Chiefs all they could handle in that playoff.
They were player 2 and a bad call away from beating the Chiefs.
Yep. I'm taking the Chiefs here reluctantly, but I
am too.
I think at home once again, the prime time 6. I think keep it a touchdown. But I'm telling you, the Browns are going to be very good this year.
The New England Patriots. That's the New England Patriots. -3 against a team that a lot of people think are up and comers is the Miami Dolphins. It's 2 at time. Is it 2 at time? I don't know. The Patriots. I got a thing for them because I just love the way they go about their business. Next man up, next man up. They had a down season for the first time in forever last year. What do? They go out and rebuild, and they rebuilt in a really good way. They have Mac Jones starting. That's also interesting. I trust Belichick. I trust Mac Jones. I trust the New England Patriots. Upgrade on defense. I'm taking the Patriots in this one to beat the Miami Dolphins by more than 3 points.
Yeah, I do too. And this is another game the line's starting to creep up a little bit from -2 closer to -3. And I can't believe they destabilized Tua like that. Right before the season, looking at Deshaun Watson, the rumors and stuff. Even if it's not true or it's true, it's
good coach speak.
Yeah, it destabilizes the locker room, I think, a little bit. And obviously, New England's not going to be bad again. So
we agree on that. Another interesting one. First weeks are always interesting, but this seems to be even more so this year. The Denver Broncos, who haven't been good in a few years
since they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was a while. -2.5 against the New York Giants, a Giants team with Daniel Jones, a suspect offensive line, injuries already. We don't know about Barkley. Denver has chosen Teddy Bridgewater. He has weapons. Good-looking rookie at running back along with Melvin Gordon. We know the defense is going to be good. I'll go first here, Sean. I'm going to take the Denver Broncos -2.5 against a Giant team that I don't think is that good.
Yep. And this line, once again, here, Denver started as a -1 favorite on the road in New York, and now it's -2.5, -3 in some books. And, that's a big line move. People are hammering the Broncos here, and I'm going to have to go with my team, Denver. And I once again, I don't that division. I think Denver could 9-8. 10-7.
I could see that.
8-9.
I think they're better than they were, and I like Bridgewater.
I don't like Drew Lock. I just think he was not the solution.
I think
Bridgewater is a stopgap until they can figure.
He's a quarterback that will manage the team. He's not going to make a lot of mistakes. That's why I like that decision.
A lot like Fitzpatrick with the WFT.
Yeah, Fitzpatrick, though, I think he'll take a little more risks.
Yeah.
He'll throw in the traffic a little more, but yes. And
Bridgewater put up big numbers last year, by the way, too.
I think, like I said, I think that was the right choice at quarterback.
That's right.
We already know that the Green Bay Packers -4 against New Orleans is one of my Parlay Power Plays of the Week. So we know that I like Green Bay. Do you like Green Bay?
Yes. I can't. Once again, as a Florida State fan, famous Jameis, I think he's going to have a better year than people think. Some people think
he's going to have a real good year.
I think so. In that offense with Sean Payton, I think he could have a big season. I just think the team is old.
And Michael Thomas isn't there. I mean, obviously Kamara is going to put up numbers. I don't know how good this Callaway is. As you're asking him to be a number 1 receiver, or Smith be the one. We don't even know. It's problems there, I think, in New Orleans.
I'm gonna go with the team I know. The only thing is that with that Packers team here is if they lose this and they start the season slowly, this whole thing gonna fall apart.
Well, we'll see. I trust.
I just think
I trust that Rodgers will be professional and give it his all, and his all is going to be well enough to propel Green Bay to another playoff.
Be there to see. He's professional. You see him. He shows up to the State Farm commercials and he just does his thing. That's right.
Does that thing. All right, let's continue with a game that we already know. The Los Angeles Rams -7.5 over Chicago is one of your parlay power plays of the week. I'm going the other way. So this is how far we differ on this game. I'm going with Chicago because I like the 7.5 points.
Yep.
I don't love the Rams this year. Certainly don't like them as much as you do. Stafford is an upgrade. The running game took a hit with Akers. The defense is good, really good, solid. But I think the Bears' defense is upgraded too. I think they're pretty solid. It is going to be Dalton, temporarily at least. I think there's enough there with Montgomery, Robinson, Moody. I think there's enough there to get the job done. I think the spread's too high, and that's why I'm going with the Bears. The Bears.
Yeah, I'm all over the Rams, obviously. And, obviously if you can get it at -7, -6.5, I think another way you could go here is, what I'm looking at is maybe the team total for the Bears under whatever it is. I just don't think they're going to score against the Rams. I think the Rams are just primed to get back to make a run at the Super Bowl.
And that is the Sunday night game, of course. And now the Monday night game to complete week 1 of the NFL will be the Baltimore Ravens -4.5 at Las Vegas. That place is going to be jumping. Who do you like in this Monday night game?
You know what? I took Baltimore in this game -4.5. Yep. The line hasn't moved at all. And
Baltimore's the better team.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm really just
ill-torn here.
Yeah, but I think that their offense has gotten found out a little bit.
Yeah.
And the whole thing with Lamar Jackson in the offseason and the COVID all this stuff,
Dobbins,
I think that could
losing Dobbins.
That could be a little bit of a mess. I just don't think the Raiders are very good.
They're not.
So I think this is a game the Ravens win, but it's just a weird game in this Monday night spot. They're in the spotlight.
Yeah, that's why I'm going the other way. I'm taking Vegas. I think they're going to be pumped up. I think Vegas is going to play over their head a little bit in game 1.
I could see that.
I don't know that I'm going to trust them going further, but I will take them plus the 4.5 in this Monday night game.
Would you take them on the money line there? Or you think it's just you think they win by a field goal?
I need the points. Somehow, some way, I need the points in this one.
Ravens kick a field goal.
Something like that.
Okay.
But so I will take the Vegas Raiders in this one. It will be electric there on Monday night. That's why they chose this game for Monday night in Las Vegas. No question about it. Let's before we head out, Sean, let's give the people those promos again. We have great promos. Go to HowToBet.com. Click on the links here. These promos are legit. You're only getting them at HowToBet.com. They're giving you money. They're pretty much giving you money, and a lot of money.
Yeah, that's right. Caesar Sportsbook. Once again, the $5,000 risk-free bet with bonus code HowToBetRF. HowToBet
RF, risk-free. HowToBet
risk-free.
RF.
That's right. BetMGM Sportsbook, first deposit bonus up to $1,000. HowToBet MGM. HowToBet MGM. Unibet Sportsbook. Sign up for a new account and get a risk-free bet worth up to $250 and a lot of other bonuses. I say this about Unibet. When you go in there, they'll have these parlay bonuses, right? They'll have like from 3 teams all the way up to 12 teams. The 12-team parlay bonuses, they'll give you 50% on your bonus. So if it's plus 1,000, it'll be plus 1,500. Bonus code UNIGAMBLER. And finally, PointsBet Sportsbook. We talked about PointsBook once again. Sign up for a new account and get 2 risk-free bets worth up to $2,000. You get the $500 regular bet and then the $1,500 points bet. And remember, with the slider, with the points bet, if a team wins by 30 points, you get 20 times your bet.
Great.
So 1,500 times 20. I mean, you're rolling in it.
That's great. That is a great. That's not only,
Yeah.
financially great. That's a lot of fun too.
Yeah, that's right. Yep,
it is a lot of fun. Hey, remember, bet with your head, not with your heart. Don't go over your means, and you can have fun with this. You can also make pretty good money if you do it the right way. I want to thank you again for tuning into our podcast, How to Bet. Go to howtobet.com. We know you have a trillion different choices, so we appreciate you coming with us. For our executive director, Tiffany Hartman, our producer, Trey Wright, Sean Miller, I'm Daryl Fein. We'll see you next week on How to Bet.
See ya.
Thank you for listening to How to Bet, hosted by Daryl Fein and Sean Miller. For more information about betting guides, online gambling, betting odds, including NFL betting lines and odds, go to howtobet.com. Watch all How to Bet podcasts on YouTube. And to access all How to Bet podcasts, go to 1077thebronx.com/howtobet.